Hello there, and welcome to another virtual St. Richard Reynolds pub quiz. Hope you've had a good week. It is Friday, the 29th of January, so we're nearly at the end of January, nearly into February, so hold on tight. I've got another 4 rounds for you this week, 10 questions per round, and again, you have the Joker card, which you can play at any round that you wish. Although, like I said previously, you have to play the Joker card before the beginning of the round. You can't say get 10 out of 10 and say, oh yeah, that's my Joker. Now, the 4 rounds this week are history, sports, books, and my favourite round. I've actually changed it from previous weeks. It's not general knowledge anymore. It's actually guess the film from the Lego scene. So what you have to do is guess what the film is based on the Lego reenactments. So hopefully that'll be quite fun. Without further ado, I'm going to move on to round one, which is history. Naturally, as a history teacher, I'm always going to have a history round, so bear with me. So, question one of the history round. Number one, in which country is the Bay of Pigs, which was made famous by an invasion in 1961? In which country is the Bay of Pigs? As with every week, this is recorded, so you can pause me if you want a bit more time. Question number two. Who was the first human to successfully go into space, orbit the Earth, and return safely? What was the name of the first person to do that? Question number three. In August 1819, around 60,000 protesters or pro-democracy protesters were brutally attacked in an open square in Manchester. What was the name of this incident? What was the name of this incident? 1819. 1819. If I didn't get that year correctly, it's 1819. Manchester, roughly 60,000 protesters. What was the name of the incident? Question number four. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? So question number four is, which king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? Question number five. Describe to me the process of the historical trepanning. Trepanning. Describe to me the process of that. Happened quite a lot, especially during the Middle Ages. Trepanning. True or false? Question number six. True or false? East Berlin was enclosed by a wall between the years 1961 and 1989. True or false? East Berlin was enclosed by a wall between the years 1961 and 1989. True or false? Question number seven. Which rock band formed in 1994 was named after the term used by Allies in the Second World War to describe UFOs? So what's the name of the band formed in 1994 based on a term used by the Allies to describe UFOs in the Second World War? Question number eight. What does Debbie Harry and Hitler's dog have in common? What does Debbie Harry and Hitler's dog have in common? There he is, picture of Hitler's dog right there. Question number nine. Millicent Fawcett was the leader of which organisation? Millicent Fawcett was the leader of which organisation? And the last question of the history round, my favourite one actually. King Zog I was the leader of which country? King Zog I was the leader of which country? So feel free to pause at this time and rewind if you want to hear the questions again. But without further ado, I'm going to move on to round two, which is all about sports, a sports round. Now, I used to hate sports rounds and pub quizzes because I was never very good at them. So yes, sports. Question number one. To the closest millisecond, so 0.1 decimal, what is Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time? So within 0.1 of a second, okay, 0.1 of a second. What is Usain Bolt's World record 100-meter time. I will give you within 0.05 of a second. I'll be that accurate. Within 0.05 of a second. Question number 2. Which English football player famously was never given a yellow card? Which British football player famously never received a yellow card? Question number 3. Jessica Ennis-Hill competed for Great Britain in which sport? Question number 3. Jessica Ennis-Hill competed for England in which sport? Question number 4. How many Super Bowls has Tom Brady won? How many Super Bowls has Tom Brady won? Not been in, because that's even more. How many has he won? Not forgetting that in less than just over a week, he's going to be in another one. Question number 5. Who has won more Grand Slam titles? Roger Federer or Serena Williams? Who has won more Grand Slam titles? Roger Federer or Serena Williams? Question number 6. Where are the 2028 Olympic Games going to be held? Let's hoping we have them and they don't put them back a year. But hoping it goes all well, where are the 2028 Olympic Games going to be held? Question number 7. Which horse is the only 3-time winner of the Grand National? Which horse is the only 3-time winner of the Grand National? Don't know why they did this. I'm not a big rugby fan, but I don't know why they did this. But question number 8. Which rugby union side relocated to Coventry in 2014? Coventry. Question number 9. What is the highest possible score in 10-pin bowling? 10-pin bowling. So the one that you go to normally, the one that, down in Kingston you go to. That kind of bowling. What's the highest possible score? And question number 10, last question for the sports round. Which boxer won an Olympic silver medal for Great Britain at Athens in 2004? Which British boxer won a silver medal at the 2004 Athens Olympics? Again, feel free to pause me, have a bit of a break, grab a drink or walk around or just delete or pause and never come back to it. Totally up to you. But we're going to move on to round 3, which is all about books. Love a good book. And hey, in another national lockdown, nothing better than just opening a good old book and immersing yourself in a little bit of literature. So, question number 1 of the book round. Question number 1. Who wrote the book Catch-22? Catch-22. Who wrote that? Who wrote it? Question number 2. What John Steinbeck... okay, I'll start that one again. Apologies. What's John Steinbeck's longest novel, which takes its title from a phrase in the Bible and became a film starring James Dean? John Steinbeck's longest novel, biblical title, James Dean. Question number 3. Who, in 1978, became the first woman to have a wholly self-penned #1 single in Britain with a song based on a novel of 1847? So who, in 1978, became the first woman to have a wholly self-penned #1 single in Britain with a song based on a novel from 1847? Question number 4. Which Sally Rooney novel has recently been adapted into a BBC 3 drama? Which Sally Rooney novel has recently been adapted into a BBC 3 drama? Question number 5. What is the name of Harper Lee's second novel, which was published after quite a long delay in 2015? Harper Lee's second novel. Question number 6. In Pride and Prejudice, who does Jane Bennet marry? Who does Jane Bennet marry? Name of the characters, please. Question number 7. Who chronicled the adventures of a famous fivesome? Who chronicled the adventures of a famous fivesome? Question number 7. Question number 8. Which of the following Harry Potter novels is the longest in length? Which of the Harry Potter novels is the longest in length? It's also my favourite as a result of it. Question number 9. Which of these is the odd one out? A. Gimli, B. Boromir, C. Aragorn, or D. Faramir? I'll say those again. Which of these is the odd one out? A. Gimli, B. Boromir, C. Aragorn, or D. Faramir? Which of those is the odd one out? And the last question for the book round. Paradise Lost was written during which century? Paradise Lost was written during which century? So that is the book round. And onto the final round, and also my favourite. I love Lego, I already said that, but it's absolutely fantastic, so creative. Be careful though, kids, don't put Lego in your mouth. When I was a kid, cool story, I used to use my teeth to kind of get it apart, and I choked on a bit and nearly died. So, don't put Lego in your mouth. Really important not to do that. If there's any adults on here watching, same bit of advice. Anyway, round 4. So you've got to tell me what the film is based on the Lego scene. So you'll see a Lego reenactment, and you've got to correctly guess what the film is. So, film 1. What is film 1? Quite an easy one, I think that. Quite a good one. Film 2. Onwards to film 2. Again, I think a reasonably easy one. Film 3. If you're a child, you probably haven't seen the past 3 films. So apologies if you're below the ages of 15. That's film 3. Film 4. Film 4. I like this one. Also, you can tell that they've used Anakin Skywalker's 2000 Lego figure to make one of those figures there. Bit of a geek out there. Anyway, film 5. Film 5. That's film 4. Film 5. Film 5. Moving on to film 6. Film 6. Like that one. Film 6. Now to film 7. Film 7. Great film there. Really good film. Film 8. Quite an easy one. Should get that. All reasonably similar, reasonably simple films. No film that you probably haven't heard of before in these. Question number 9. Good film. Like that Lego Tiger. I don't think it must be it. Maybe it's Duplo, Lego Duplo, something like that. Anyway, right, and on to the last film, film 10. I think I've been reasonably generous with the video films that I've put out there. I think I've been pretty generous. So, on to the answers. I'd recommend having a bit of a break at this point, getting a drink or whatever you want to do. But yes, to the answers of the history round. Like I said, you should have played your Joker before the round was played. So don't forget to double the score from the round that you played the Joker. Right. Question number 1 from the history round. In which country is the Bay of Pigs famous for an invasion in 1961? Well, the Bay of Pigs is in Cuba. It's in Cuba. The famous Cuban exiles landed there in April 1961. If you did GCSE history with me or the history department, you should know that. Question number 2. Who was the first human to successfully enter space, orbit the Earth, and return safely? It was Yuri Gagarin, Russian cosmonaut. Again, if you did GCSE history with me or the history department, you should know that. Shame on you if you didn't. What, do history or get that question right? You decide. Question number 3. In August 1819, what was the name of the incident that happened in Manchester? Crowd of protesters, 60,000 of them. It was the Peterloo Massacre. The Peterloo Massacre. Depicted in the picture there. Peterloo Massacre. Question number 4. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? His name was Edward the Confessor. Edward the Confessor. Question number 5. Question number 5. What was trepanning? Now, thank goodness medical care has proceeded since the Middle Ages, but trepanning was a process of drilling, firstly slicing the skin in the head, and then peeling it back, and then drilling a hole in the head to release the evil demons. Because that's how you solve a migraine, right? That's how you solve problems with the head. Drill a hole in it. That comes with a safety warning. Please do not do that. Question number 6, true or false? East Berlin was enclosed by a wall between the years 1961 and 1989. The answer is false, and the answer is false because it wasn't East Berlin that was enclosed, it was West Berlin. Berlin Wall fell down in 1989. Went up 13th of August 1961. Again, if you did GCSE history, you should know that. Number 7, which rock band formed in 1994 takes its name from a term used by the Allies in the Second World War to describe UFOs? It is David Grohl's Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters, really interesting. Great band, I might add, but also really interesting stories there. Or are they true or false? Are they legends? Are they just fictitious? Who knows? Well, maybe some people do. Question number 8. What does Debbie Harry and Hitler's dog have in common? Debbie Harry is of course, the lead singer of Blondie, and Hitler's dog that he shot, he tested the cyanide out on, was also called Blondie. So it's the term or the name Blondie. Question number 9. Millicent Fawcett was the leader of which organisation? Now, I'm going to be harsh on this one. You've got to get it right. You've got to get it spot on. It's the suffragists, not the suffragettes. It's the suffragists. And probably my favourite name for a king, King Zog I. He was the leader of Albania. He was the leader of Albania. There he is on the right hand, standing tall, standing proud. Why wouldn't you? Total those up. Like I said, if you have the Joker, double it. Moving on to the sports round. Sports round. What is Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time? I want it to be within 0.005 of this. It is in 9.58 seconds. 9.58 seconds. Pretty quick. Pretty quick. I did like that moment, not during this race, where he was winning so much he just looked round and smiled at the cameras. It's like, fair play to Usain Bolt. Fair play to him. Right, question number 2. Which English footballer famously never given a yellow card? It was Gary Lineker. Gary Lineker. Question number 3. Jessica Ennis-Hill competed for Great Britain in which sport? It was the heptathlon. Heptathlon. Question number 4. How many Super Bowls has Tom Brady won? It's 6. 6 Super Bowls that he's won. Number 5. Who has won more Grand Slams, Roger Federer or Serena Williams? It's Serena Williams. Serena Williams has won more Grand Slam titles. I've got to say, fair play to her. Fair play. Question number 6. Where are the 2028 Olympic Games going to be held? Fingers crossed, it's Los Angeles in America. Los Angeles in America. Question number 7. Which horse is the only 3-time winner of the Grand National? Red Rum. Red Rum. What else could it be? Which rugby union side relocated to Coventry in 2014? It was Wasps. Wasps. Question number 9. What was the highest point score you can get in 10-pin bowling match? It's 300. 300. And number 10. Which boxer won an Olympic silver medal for Great Britain in the 2004 Athens Olympics? It was Amir Khan. Amir Khan. Sports round. There's all your answers. On to the book round. The book round. Okay, number one. Who wrote the book Catch-22? Joseph Heller. Joseph Heller. Question number 2. John Steinbeck's book, the longest novel. It is East of Eden. East of Eden. Question number 3. Who in 1978 became the first woman to have a wholly self-penned #1 single? It was Kate Bush with Wuthering Heights. I couldn't get my voice up to sing Heathcliff the way that she could. Kate Bush. Number 4. Question number 4. Which Sally Rooney novel recently adapted? It's called Normal People. Normal People. Question number 5. What is the name of Harper Lee's second novel, published in 2015? It is Go Set a Watchman. Go Set a Watchman. Number 6. In Pride and Prejudice, who does Jane Bennet marry? It is Charles Bingley. Charles Bingley. Who chronicled? Question number 7. Who chronicled the adventures of a famous fivesome? It is, of course, Enid Blyton. Enid Blyton. Question number 8. Which Harry Potter novel is the longest in length? It is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the 5th book. Question number 9. Which of these is the odd one out? Is it A, Gimli, B, Boromir, C, Aragorn, or D, Faramir? Well, this is a tricky thing. 3 of those people are fictitious human beings. One of them is a dwarf, and it is Gimli, son of Gloin, who is, of course, a dwarf, all taken from the Lord of the Rings novels. Well, actually, sorry, it's only one novel, split into 6 parts, but it doesn't matter. Lord of the Rings. Question number 10. Paradise Lost was written during which century? It is the 1600s or the 17th century. If you do A-levels with me and you're doing the Stuart Britain module, John Milton is a millenarianist, 5th monarchist. Should know that. I'll be impressed if anyone from my A-level class is actually watching this. Anyway, on to my favourite round, the answers to round 4, which is guess the film from the Lego scene. I had to actually take some away from this because there's a couple of films that probably wouldn't have been appropriate to show. Anyway, on to film 1. This is The Shining. The Shining. Terrifying film. Absolutely terrifying, especially this scene. That's The Shining. Film 2. You guessed it. It's The Exorcist. It's The Exorcist. Should have got that. The Exorcist. Film 2. Film 3. This is Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs. Film 4. You might have got it from the bowling behind them. This is The Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski. Great film. Or maybe John Goodman's Haircut. Not John Goodman. John Goodman? I think it is John Goodman. The Big Lebowski. Film 5. This is The Godfather. That famous scene at the end of it. The Godfather. Film 6. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. This is a famous scene where they're jumping on the leaves, on the branches of the trees. God knows how they did it, because I don't think they did. I think it's all CGI or some effects. But that's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, film 6. Film 7. Thought that I'd try and trick a couple of people out. This is actually The Lego Movie. That is a scene from The Lego Movie. Thought I'd try and trick a couple of people there. Great film. Love it. Really worth watching. Film 8. This is obviously Back to the Future. Back to the Future. Love how they got a Lego lightsaber handle to make up part of that thing. So yes, that's Back to the Future. Film 9. That's Life of Pi. Life of Pi, and film 10, The Sound of Music. I think you probably got that. That's The Sound of Music. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed those 4 rounds. It's out of 50 because obviously 1 round is doubled. Tote them up, have a brag, or maybe not. You know, we want a bit of harmony, don't we? So maybe if you won, be a good winner, and if you lost, be a good loser. But I hope you've enjoyed those. This another quiz, those 4 rounds. We'll be back next week with another 4 rounds. Have a fantastic week. Stay safe. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.